Good morning, family. Another beautiful day. Sunday fun day. You already know. So, I'm not going to make a long video this morning because it's Sunday fun day. You guys are going to get all kinds of words today, but I just wanted to give you a quick one. You know, I really encourage you guys to really hear that still small voice that God is trying to tell you. And so I can't say that enough. Really learn to walk in His purpose. You know, little by little, more and more every day, I'm learning to just let God have it all. Let Him have it all. Like every decision. You know what I mean? It just feels like I'm on autopilot right now. And really, that's cool. Cruise control. Cruise control and autopilot, you know? It's crazy. Because every time I let Him have the wheel, Jesus take the wheel. Every time Jesus has got the wheel, we go to the right spot. We get there on time. It's not easy to recognize that voice. It really isn't. I've never really been able to do it until now. I'm learning every day by day how to do it. And I just want Him to be my permanent driver. I want to retire from driving this thing. I'm done. You know? I mean, who wouldn't want to be so rich in blessings that you've got a chauffeur? You got a chauffeur, a free one. And He pays you to be a chauffeur. So I can't say enough about that being the number one thing in my life. Just letting Him control it all. Don't get upset if things don't work out the way maybe you thought in your mind they were going to work out, or the way that you perceived it was going to happen, or you wanted it to happen. Let God do your wanting. Let God do your wanting. Just don't even care. Don't even care. Just listen. Just listen and walk. It's really like I can't describe it, man. I'm trying. Just be on autopilot. Cruise control. It is really the best thing for all of us. When that happens, it's like, I hope you guys get it, man. Practice it. Pray about it. Ask God for that. Tell Jesus, please, Jesus, I'm tired of driving this thing. Take the wheel. I believe if we all learned how to do that right there, everything else comes with it. All the blessings. All the mastering what we want to master. But I'm trying, and it's working. So, Lord willing, I don't ever have to drive this thing ever again. Because you know what I do when I drive? Quick story. So, here's what happens when I drive. And if I think about it, it's the last time I was in a vehicle and I was behind the wheel. So, that's got to be God. Long story short, I stole a 2004 Mitsubishi Eclipse Spider convertible. And one of the 37 charges that I was just in prison for. And it was a lot. On that, I was already out on 2 bonds for 2 different cases. Stole a car, that car. I'm down on Johns Pass, down on the beach. New Year's Day, 2022. My last day of freedom. I was planning that morning to just leave St. Pete, disappear. I was out on 2 bonds. I was going to go on the run. So, God had other plans. I had been up for a couple of days on drugs and stuff, so I didn't want to drive all the way to Orlando from St. Petersburg, you know, like that, because probably would have fell asleep and died. So I was over there in the Johns Pass area. I needed a place to park so I could take a little power nap. And so I go to Johns Pass. I go to that big parking garage, and I drive all the way to the top. At this time of the morning, it's on New Year's Day. It's pretty empty. So I wake up at about 7 p.m. and I'm parked up against the wall that would overlook the bottom there. And so I wake up, open my eyes, and there's 2 kids in front of the car, just kind of like looking down at the scenery of Johns Pass. And it's packed. You know, there's people everywhere. So I smoke some meth, do a shot of fentanyl, and now I'm feeling good. Ready to go to Orlando and go on the run. So it took me like probably an hour to get from the top of the garage to the bottom. It's just traffic, and you know that they do 1 car at a time letting you out, and they do that arm thing. So I got $100 in my pocket, but I'm so greedy, you know. I'm thinking to myself, that's $20 I could spend on drugs and stuff, because I don't need money for food. I steal food from Wawa all the time. They got a back door. So I finally get out of there, long story short, you know, and it takes a lot of maneuvering to try to tailgate behind that arm that comes down. But I did it. In my mind, I'm like, I'll put the top down. That'll help, because I don't want it to hit the car or anything, break their thing. That'll be even worse. Then the cops will really come when I take off. So instead of making a left and going south on the beach, I go straight, and I get into this road in Johns Pass that takes me into like a little neighborhood cul-de-sac. And there's a cop sitting right there when I'm not going very fast, but I'm going pretty fast. So he just lets me go by. I go into the cul-de-sac. I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was a cul-de-sac here. I turn around, and I'm trying to like slowly go by him. His police report says I got a cigarette hanging out of my mouth, a stocky white male. And so he gets behind me and lights him up. And you know, I mean, who's going to pull over in a stolen vehicle with what I had in the vehicle? I don't think I had a gun that time, but I had drugs on me and stuff. And, you know, family always jokes me, I got a rabbit in my blood. I've been on quite a few high-speed chases, and, you know, I'll maybe share those stories with you over time. But I've got a lot of stories. I was talking to a friend in Philadelphia yesterday, TJ. You know, he kind of grew up with me a little bit. He was basically my brother and sister's friend growing up, but he really like looked up to me and hung out with me, and you know, I was definitely a bad influence. But you know, we were joking about how many times I ran from the cops and done a bunch of stuff, and So anyway, it was like second nature. I didn't even think about it. When I saw red and blues, I knew what time it was. So like I said, instead of making the proper decision when I finally did come out of there the right way, you know, why didn't I go south? There's no traffic that way. I look north and I see nothing but gridlock. So with my experience, I know that if you punch it and you just to the floor, hit that gas pedal. What their policy basically is in a lot of cities and they're trained to do is just pull back and let you go. They'll find you later with the choppers and stuff. So, instead of making that left, I already got it mashed to the gas. So I come around like Tokyo Drift into the northbound lanes, northbound in the southbound lanes. Yeah, I took the southbound lanes, but I went northbound. Why? I don't know. So I'm doing pretty good. I still got the pedal mashed. People are flashing their lights at me. But there's hardly any traffic coming at me. I'm able to just, kind of video game it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And, I look back and they're still back there. I'm like, what are they doing? I'm over 100. Why are they still following me? So I look up ahead and I see a trolley and an SUV next to it. There's only 2 lanes. So at that point, I was really just ready to let go of the wheel. And that's what I did. I spread my arms out. I looked up to heaven. I closed my eyes and I said, just take me, Lord. Just take me. I'm ready. I'm not going back to prison. I'm not going back to prison. And at the last second, I chickened out. And with my knee, I just hit the steering wheel. And the trolley clipped the back end of the Eclipse. And I went into the chain link fence right there by Thunderbird or whatever. And immediately just hopped out. Some of the witness reports from the people in the trolley said a stocky white male jumped out of the vehicle with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. I didn't even bother to take the cigarette out. So, I didn't even bother to open the door either. I was in a convertible with the top down. So I dukes a hazard to that sucker. I go behind the first hotel right there where I'm at and do a little move and hop the fence and now I'm in the pool area, and it's New Year's Day. There's people drinking on the pool deck and stuff, and I run across the pool to the next fence that goes on to the next hotel. And everybody's like, where are you going? What the hell? What you doing, man? You're messing with our drinking and stuff. I said, somebody's chasing me. They said, nobody's chasing you. I said, the F they aren't. Whew. Jump that fence. Now I'm in the next pool deck. They're like, whoa, what's going on? And I look up ahead and there's another fence. That's one of those rod metal fences with the pokies at the top, the spikes. And on the other side of that, it's a hedge like grown around it for privacy and whatnot. So I just know I got to get over there. So I just run as fast as I can, jump, grab it, kind of Superman on top of the hedge and pull myself through the hedge. Now I'm on the beach. I run till I can't run no more. And then it's into the water. Like I burned them. There's no cops. There's no cops anywhere anywhere. There's a couple down the beach, but so I had just cut my pinky off, had it surgically reattached, and so it's a full moon out, and I don't know if you know anything about tides and stuff, but it's kind of wavy out in the Gulf of Mexico this evening. So my plan is to just get out there as far as I can, till I can't touch anymore, and my little head's bobbing. My little bald head's bobbing. And I get out there, and I barely can touch anymore, and I'm kind of swimming, kind of touching. And the undercurrent starts to take me. I can feel it. I'm like, oh no. And it's kind of hard to swim with a cast on your hand and shoes on. So literally almost drowned. But I see flashlights coming down the beach. And they see me. It's a full moon. I got a bald head sticking out of the water. And I'm sure there are people on the pool decks who were like, yeah, he went that way. He's over there or whatever. I don't know how they found me, but they did. So they're just standing there at the water's edge, screaming, "Get out of the water! Get out of the water!" And I'm just going, "F you, crackers!" for a while. And, eventually the boat starts to come, the chopper's out. And at that point, I'm just in like knee-deep water, just walking northbound in the water, cussing at them, screaming at them, catching my breath, puking up salt water. And, but eventually I got out, got arrested. Puked up salt water all over the officer's vehicle. So that's the last time I had the wheel. And that metaphor represents every time I've tried to take control of my life. Every time I've tried to do it on my own. Every time I said, I got this. That's what happened. So, with your chauffeur, with Jesus behind the wheel, you don't have to do that. You just don't. So, that's actually the first time I've actually shared part of my testimony on this platforms. And, I hope it kind of makes sense. I hope for somebody, I pray in Jesus' name that it just clicks for somebody. Like, he's right. He gets it. And I do. But I didn't before. And I've got quite a few more high-speed chase stories if it didn't register this time. If I get some messages saying, what are you talking about? I might have to share another one with you. But don't do it because you just want to hear the story. Because they're all wild. They're all wild. That's the only time I did it in St. Pete. In Orlando, they need to make a Grand Theft Auto Orlando. Because that place is wild. But, anyway, guys, I said I was going to do a long video, but I think I lied. But today's Sunday Fun Day, church day. Can't wait. So excited. I'm going to ride the bike down here to the St. Vincent's, get a quick word in with my folks, and give them some food for thought, give them some snacks too. And I encourage you guys all to just step up. This isn't me boasting. This is me doing what God tells me to do. That's it. All day, every day, baby. And it's a beautiful thing. So, I love you. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.